Hello grade 11. In this lecture I'm going to continue to solve some operations on the limits of the function. In the previous lecture we learned how do we find the limit of a function at infinity and the limits of a function at a point. In this lecture we are going to do some operations of the limits. So first of all, in order to calculate the limits, we have to know that the limit of two functions that are added together, as you can see here. So if I have two functions and I need to calculate their limits, I can separate that every limit alone. So the limit of f alone plus the limit of g alone. Also, if they are multiplied by each other, I can find the limit of f alone and the limit of g alone and then find their product. Also, the division. So if I have two functions that are divided by each other, I can calculate the limit of each function alone. Now, if I have two functions, f and g, if f is a constant and g is a constant, then their limit is the sum of these two constants. If one of them is constant and the other is plus infinity, so the constant plus infinity is plus infinity. The constant minus infinity is minus infinity. If I have plus infinity, it's plus infinity. Minus infinity is minus infinity. But what if I have plus infinity, minus infinity? What do you think? Do you think that they cross out each other and I got 0? Of course not. Why? Because it's infinity, it's a big number, but I can't tell how much is this number. So I can't tell that plus infinity is the same as minus infinity as a quantity. So what do I have in this case? Plus infinity, minus infinity. So you have to know that if a number plus infinity, as I said, is plus infinity, number minus infinity is minus infinity, as we said, but you have to know that plus infinity minus infinity is indeterminate. We can't tell what its value because they are not the same to cross them out, and I don't know which one is bigger to take its sign. So it's an indeterminate case. What do I do in this case? What if I got an indeterminate? What do I do? We will work on some functions and I tell you then what do we do in each case. So let us solve some exercises. So here we have x plus 1, limit of x plus 1 and x tends to plus infinity. We replace x by plus infinity. So we get plus infinity plus 1, which is plus infinity as we said before. So plus infinity plus a number is plus infinity. Now if we have 1 minus x and we need to replace by plus infinity, so it's 1 minus into plus infinity. Minus times plus infinity is minus infinity, and 1 minus infinity is minus infinity. So I think that these operations are very easy. Now we're going to go to the most important one, also in the product. Okay, so if we have a constant which is positive times plus infinity, it's plus infinity because plus times plus is plus. Plus times minus is minus. Minus times plus is minus. Minus times minus is plus. Plus infinity times plus infinity is plus infinity. Plus infinity times minus infinity is minus infinity because plus times minus is minus. I can multiply them. Minus infinity and minus infinity is plus infinity. But what if I got 0 times plus infinity or 0 times minus infinity? Usually when I multiply 0 by any number, of course I get 0. But if I multiply 0 by an infinity, it's never 0. Why? You will ask me why, of course. Because infinity is not a number that I know. So I can't tell that 0 times plus infinity is plus 0. So also this is an indeterminate case as we said before. So 0 times infinity is an indeterminate case. So all of these are, you can see that are operations that you can do them alone. So 3 times plus infinity is plus infinity. Minus 3 times plus infinity is minus infinity. plus infinity squared is plus infinity, minus infinity squared is plus infinity. Okay, now also the division. So all of these, so plus infinity divided by a positive number is plus infinity divided by a negative number is negative infinity. But what if we get plus infinity over minus infinity? Do you think I cross them out and I get 1? Of course not, because it's not a number that I know. So also it's an indeterminate case. Before we continue, you have to know that number over infinity is 0. A positive number over plus infinity is 0 plus. A negative number over plus infinity is 0 minus. A positive number over minus infinity is 0 minus, and a negative number over negative infinity is 0. As you can see here, we replaced x by plus infinity. 3 over plus infinity, because both of them are positive, it's 0 plus. 3 over minus infinity is 0 minus. Minus 5 over minus infinity is 0 plus, because as if you cross out the minuses. So before we continue, I have to tell you that infinity over infinity is an indeterminate case. Now, what is indeterminate case that we learned till now? It's plus infinity minus infinity, 0 times plus infinity or minus infinity, and infinity over infinity. Now, a case where the limit of g is 0, so I have a positive constant multiplied by 0. All of these are cases, but if I have 0 over 0, 0 over 0, it's an indeterminate case. Okay, so number over 0, it's infinity. If a positive number over 0 plus, it's plus infinity. Positive number over 0 minus, it's minus infinity. Negative number over 0 plus is negative infinity, and negative number over 0 minus is positive infinity. Now, infinity over 0, it's infinity, but you have to know that 0 over 0 is an indeterminate case. So now we got 4 cases: 0 over 0, infinity over infinity, 0 times infinity, and plus infinity are indeterminate cases. These are indeterminate cases. What do I do to have an indeterminate cases? We talk about it. Here we have limit when 0 minus of 1 over x. These are applications that you have to solve them alone. So 1 over 0 minus is minus infinity. 1 over 0 plus, it's positive infinity. Plus infinity is plus infinity. Minus infinity is minus infinity. 1 minus infinity, it's minus infinity. And 1 plus infinity, plus infinity. Let us solve these together. So I'm going here to replace x by infinity, and let us see what will happen. I'm going to use the pen. So minus 3, okay, over plus infinity. Number over infinity is 0. Okay, this is 0 minus, because minus over plus is 0 minus. Now we are going to replace x tends to 2. This is x greater than 2, I mean 2 plus. So we are going to replace by 2 plus 1 over 2 plus minus 2. Okay, this is 3 over 2 plus minus 2, it's 0 plus, which is plus infinity, because number over 0 is an infinity, and we have positive here and positive 0, so it's positive infinity. Now we're going to replace 1 minus plus 5 over 1 minus minus 1. So this is 4 over 0 minus in this case. Number over 0 is infinity. What type of infinity? It's minus infinity, because we have 0 over minus. Now the last one, 3 over 0 plus in all cases. Number over 0 is infinity. What type of infinity? This is positive infinity. More exercises. Now we are going to replace 0 minus. So we have 0 minus squared minus 3, 0 minus, plus 2, okay, over 0 minus. So in the top we have plus 2 over 0 minus. Number over 0, it's infinity. And what type of infinity? It's minus infinity, because we have 0 minus. Another example, I want you to know that, let us solve plus infinity. 2 into plus infinity plus 1 minus 1 over infinity. Number over infinity is 0, so this is 0, cross out. Now we have 2 times plus infinity is plus infinity. Plus infinity plus 1 is plus infinity. Okay? Now let us do this one. We have limit, okay, when x tends to 0 plus. So I'm going to replace directly. This is 0 plus minus 4 plus 1 over 0 plus. Number of 0 is infinity, but what type of infinity? It's plus infinity. So 0 minus 4 plus infinity is plus infinity. The last one, we have plus infinity. So you know, when I have infinity, we can take directly highest above and highest below. So this is x squared over 3 over x. So here I can do, it's x cubed, which is plus infinity. Okay, so just a quick revision. We have cases when I have indeterminate case are infinity plus infinity, minus infinity plus infinity, 0 times infinity, 0 over 0, and infinity over infinity. And for every case we can solve it in a way. We can make factorize, expand, Hopital rule. All of these we are going to take them later in the coming lectures. Okay, so soon I will explain for you how do we solve the indeterminate cases.